is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a video. We're going to talk about my Boston Celtics, a team that a lot of people have a mystery and a question mark on how they're going to perform. Will they fit? Is Kemba going to fit better than Kyrie? Is he going to be just as good as Isaiah Thomas? Can he be better than Kyrie, who a lot of people believe that Kyrie Irving is better? Can Jason Tatum, is this the year that he breaks out? Can Jaylen Brown be consistent? Can Brad Stevens find a way to get all these guys working? What type of Gordon Hayward will we see? Will we see the one at the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, or at the ending of the season of last year? Or even will we see the playoff Gordon Hayward, who showed that he can still score a little bit, still can handle the ball and still make plays, but not at a consistent rate as he still is recovering from the injury, and it's going to take a while for him to get back to even the all-star level. But it is good to see that he has found a little bit more comfortableness, and he still has the same game. It's just about getting that confidence and getting that consistency back, which is tough when you lose your speed and you still coming off an injury and you still got in the back of your mind, and you still probably got a little bit of pain. He had a couple months to get ready. He had a couple months to really heal his body and get some shots up and get going. I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum will be fine. They playing overseas and they look pretty decent. Plus, I think it's just going to make them a lot better and a lot more prepared as they already playing early in this September, and they'll be playing quick in or October. So I think that they'll be prepared. I think this is a learning experience. I see that Jaylen Brown is still one of the best defenders at that 2 or 3 position, and he has shown that even overseas. I feel like Jaylen Brown, the only thing he's really missing is more touches, because he showed when he is available and when he does be needed, he can show up and be a 17-point scorer or higher. And he showed that he can be a capable, not the most best reliable 3-point shooter, but a capable 3-point shooter. And you want to have a team that has perimeter defenders, because Kemba is a defensive liability, and so is Enes Kanter. So you want to have some type of defense on your team. Enes Kanter played decent defense for the Portland Trail Blazers, especially in the playoffs. He did some stuff that people didn't think he could do, or people didn't feel like he had it in him, but he sucked it up and gave his best. And I said he was going to do that before the series started. He did. But he is also a guy that got a lot of versatility, being able to knock down mid-ranges, knock down free throws, post up a little bit, and also give some toughness and some size that they lack now that they lost Al Horford. I think Jason Tatum, this is a make or break season. A lot of people really believe in Tatum. A lot of people believe that he is going to be a superstar. He hasn't reached that point just yet, but he's not that far from it. And I want to see how he takes the Team USA, being prepared, being in shape, and really having a lot of chemistry with a lot of guys on this Boston team and the coach and how the system is. Plus, he's going to have a guy like Kemba that likes to set people up, but also take a lot of tension off of him. Can he play off Kemba? Will he still be efficient? And can he still play his game while being able to adjust to some of the lineup changes that's going to happen on his team? Jason Tatum not going to have the ball in his hand as much. Can he play off the ball? Can he accept that? But also, can he take advantage of situations when he is on the court and when he does have the ball in his hand, instead of being the guy that just want to isolate all the time and throw up tough long twos and fadeaways? But Jason Tatum is one of the bright spots. He's a young player that has huge amount of potential. He's going to be needed, losing a lot of players that we lost. He's going to be needed to increase his role and increase how he plays, because he's going to be a valuable player to this team, especially if healthy. And if somebody goes down, he's going to be a guy they're going to ask to do more. So I think that this is the perfect time if Tatum does it, and if he wants it, this is going to give him the best opportunity to really become the best player he is, because he's going to be relied upon a lot more this year than ever, unless you count the playoffs of a couple years ago, which he showed that he can do it. He just couldn't do it consistently, but he was only a rookie. This time he understands the game. He done seen the defense. He done played against most coaches in most systems that's trying to stop him. It's just about him picking when he wants to score, knowing how to get to his spots, and knowing how to take shots that benefits the team, but also moving the ball, allowing other people to get open shots off your shots or your aggressiveness. And I think that's something that he has to learn, but I think he'd be prepared for that. I also think Marcus Smart. He was a little banged up. He's playing in Team USA. He was a big piece of why the Team USA beat Greece. He's a reason why he got the extension. He's a solid player. I think the offense has really hurt him, but he turned into a capable 3-point shooter. Not the greatest, not the most reliable, but he's showing that he still can play at the NBA level. He still can be valuable just defensively. And he can play some point, and he can be a guy that you can put on other guys like shooting guards and forwards, and you can actually throw out a defensive lineup that can be very tough to stop on the perimeter. The only thing that really hurts him is his consistency offensively, and I think that's something that hasn't been fixed even in high school, even in college, and so far in his NBA career. I'm surprised that he still has the same problems that he always had in his career. You'll think that he would have ironed them out by now, especially being in the NBA for a long period of time, and including college. He played more than 1 year, but that just isn't the case. But he still is valuable because defense does matter, especially when you're playing the West. Most of the teams have great guards, and having a team that has Jaylen Brown in um, Marcus Smart on the perimeter, that makes them a lot better than what people would think, and it gives them a higher ceiling as they are young and they are mobile and they are athletic and they are physical guys. They play physical defense. You also look at other guys like Robert Williams. What kind of Robert Williams will we get? He was supposed to be a sneaky pickup. Will he even play? And if he doesn't play, I want to see how he plays in G League. You still have other guys that you're going to need to step up, like Carson Edwards. He's going to be needed because they're not as deep. Romeo Langford was a pick that a lot of people were skeptical of, but he's going to have to step up if injuries come. He's going to be a guy that they're going to have to rely on to get them buckets and create shots. You look at these, Tice, I mean, he's a solid player. He can play multiple positions and really be a good role player that knows what he needs to be knows what needs to be done on the court, and he's able to play off a lot of other players, which they do have, that can create their own shot. He just had to get the layups and the jump shot and transition to fall, and he can be a solid player. But when you look at this roster, this is a playoff roster in the Eastern Conference, if I had to be honest. But I think Gordon Hayward will be the biggest X factor because we don't really know what he's going to bring, just like last year. We don't know if we're going to see a significantly better Gordon Hayward. We don't know if we're going to still see a mentally weak Gordon Hayward. We don't even know if this is going to be the season that he really wants to go out there and do his thing. And we're going to need it because if we want to be a legitimate contender in the East, which a lot of people don't even give us credit for that. They say Philly, the Bucks, but they don't say Boston. And that's because we're not as deep. We don't have as many reliable players. And we also don't know what our former All-Star Gordon Hayward is going to be. But we don't know what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are going to be as the load gets increased this year because the bench isn't as what it was before. And they're the most reliable players. We don't know how they're going to play and what they can bring to the table in an 82-game season. Is one thing in Team USA, is one thing in the playoffs, but you got to do the whole playoffs plus the whole regular season, which is 82 games, or even if you get injury, I play over 60. And if that's the case, you still have to be prepared for the playoffs, and your load is going to be huge this season and in the playoffs. So I think this is a big season for our wings. The NBA is ran by wings. We have an abundance of wings, and I think that that's what Danny Ainge wanted. But now it's about putting them together and feeding off of each other, playing well with each other. We had the same thing last year. We had a lot of chemistry problems. We had a lot of ISO ball. We had a lot of hero ball, and nobody was on the same page. That's something we got to break this year. People got to be able to know how to make plays, whether they own, off, or have the ball, and continue to make everybody better, continue to get everybody good looks, and continue to use these other players as pieces that can be very dangerous if they're passed or used or open the right way. And we are going to have to change the way we play compared to last year because that year it didn't work. We won 49 games. We missed out on 50. We ended up getting destroyed by the Bucks, and we lost two of our best players in Kyrie and Al Horford and more. Now it's just about relying on guys that we don't know what's going to happen. I do think, I mean, we don't know what they can do for an 82 game season in the playoffs, but I think this is the grow up period. This is the now or never for the Boston Celtics, and we wanted to know, can Brown be an All-Star? He wanted to be one last year. We want to know if Tatum can be an All-Star. He thought he would be one this year, and we all did too. But now it's about to put up or shut up. You got Kemba, Kyrie's gone, Horford's gone. A lot of the bench and a lot of players that was getting a lot of minutes are gone. Now it's just about y'all. How can y'all get winning? How can y'all continue to play defense? How can y'all trust each other? How could y'all stay on the same page and get the best out of each other? How can y'all push each other, but not in a negative way, in a way to be motivated and get better, while also resulting into wins on the court when y'all are off the court? So it's just small little things that this young team has to go through. I feel like them getting the experience that they got, them making it to the playoffs multiple times helps, but so much of this team is gone, and so much of this team hasn't really been proven in a long season in playoffs. And that's the main thing I want to see. To end the video, I do feel like this will be a playoff team. I do feel like they can get out of the first round, but can they be a team that can beat Philly? Can they beat the Bucks? Are they a move away? Yeah, I think they'll move away. They'll move away from being a serious team in the East, but also what pieces are they going to move, and it depends on who becomes available. I don't think they should just go out there and get anybody because everybody ain't loyal, everybody ain't committed, and we don't see that with Kyrie. We trade for Kyrie, and he's already gone. So we still have to find somebody that can really be committed and really can upgrade this team if we do decide to make a trade. But if this is the team and this is what it is, I think this is a 45 to 52 win team, and I think that's good enough to be fourth or fifth, and that's good enough to have a chance to make it out of the first round. And if that's the case, I don't know what else you want out of this team because I don't feel like this team is a championship contender. I'm a fan. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a Celtics believer. But even I can't be biased and crazy. This team is a solid team at best. In the Eastern Conference is real weak this year, especially at the middle and the bottom. So they can eat up on a lot of those bad teams, beat a couple of the good teams, and compete with the great teams and beat them, once out of the meeting or once out of three times, and they'll have a chance to have a successful season because they are in the East, if I had to be honest. They're in the East, and that's one of the main reasons why they go into the playoffs, in my personal opinion, especially if they stay healthy. But I still want to see how their identity will be. I still want to see how they play together, if they like each other, and if Danny Ainge is willing to pull the trigger to get better. We've seen them trade for Kyrie. We've seen them make moves to get Gordon Hayward. Now we got to see what's the next direction, what's the next move to get us back to that contender status, which we are not at, in my personal opinion, at this moment. But I also want to see on this team. This is a team that a lot of people really don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what they're going to be, like I said in the beginning of the video. And that's what we all want to see. So this is going to be a must-watch team in the NBA because they have so many question marks going into this season. And we're going to see a lot of them get answered by the end of the season. And then they're going to have even more hype next season after the experience they gain in the regular, and if they make it in the playoffs or even if they make it far, they're going to have a lot of expectations just like they had this year that we just passed, but they didn't live up to the hype, and now they got more pressure to do it this year, and a lot of their contracts will be up this year and next year, and that's going to affect how much they get paid, how much minutes they get, and if they're going to stay on the team because they might not be worth the money that they want, which we can see them either get traded or we can see them either getting an offer as a restricted free agent. And that's a part that's really sad because we went for a team that everybody thought would be a 60-win team to now be a team full of mysteries and unknown future. And that's the reality of the NBA. If you have a chance to win titles, you got to take a big advantage of it. If you don't, it can slip away. A trade and an injury away, and your championship hopes are gone. Kyrie missed the playoffs. Gordon Hayward missed the playoffs. They wasn't the same the next year. Now Kyrie, Al Horford, and guys like Terry Rozier and them all are gone. Lost our depth, lost some star power, And now we're in a situation where we don't know what's next. All we can do is hope and pray for this season to be a good one, and that our young players continue to develop, and hopefully one of them can become that second star to help Kimba make this team a lot more competitive than what we really think they will be. But then again, we don't know how they will play, but the World Cup can really help that, and hopefully that will get them to where they need to be. Let me know what you guys think. Underrated, overrated. This team sucks. This team is great. This team is slept on. Or do you think that Jason Tatum going to break out? Do you think Jaylen Brown going to break out? Who do you think is better, Brown or Tatum? Do you think people sleeping on Brown, overrating Tatum, or overrating Brown, underrating Tatum? And can Kemba lead the team to the playoffs? This is a significantly better team than the Charlotte Hornets. But at the same time, do he fit as well? He was a guy that took all the shots on Charlotte. He doesn't need to do that because he has more help on his team. Is he going to be able to adapt? And is he going to be able to win? And is he going to be able to become a better playmaker and passer to get the betterment and the best out of his other teammates and be more of an offensive leader, not just an offensive scorer and clutch player, but just making sure everybody's involved, everybody is happy, and being a coach and leader on the floor, even if Brad Stevens is gone or just playing in a normal game. So we got a lot of question marks. We got a lot of things we got to prove. We got a lot of things that we should be doing, that we should have done, and we could have done. But now it's about learning, growing, and being better today, and hopefully being a better team in the future. And that's all I can say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies, I break down players, I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.